It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, PNC.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This is gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh. I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
There's a live look at Starion Field in Mandan, North Dakota. Welcome to our PSP High School Football Game of the Week, and welcome to our PSP Network broadcast booth. Todd Domrey's alongside Josh Cattell. Welcome to the broadcast team, Josh. As a guy that's a standout player, a lot of coaching experience. We're excited to have your knowledge into the broadcast booth, and we think you'll be a guy that's going to bring a different lens to some of our broadcasts. So welcome aboard.
Yeah, good to be here. Like you said earlier, we were just talking. It's been a while since I've been in a booth, so it's fun to be here, and I appreciate the invite.
Josh, a standout high school prep player at Garrison, and then took his talents to the University of Jamestown, where he's a record-setting quarterback, and then had coaching stints kind of along the way at Minot State, at NDSU, at the University of Jamestown as the head coach. So did I miss anything there? Is that a pretty good bio
That's
right there?
Good bio. That's
All right.
Pretty good bio.
Yeah, so you've had a chance to be a recruiting coordinator, a passing game coordinator, offensive guy, and I think this will be fun as we get to look at two teams tonight that have a lot of firepower, folks. The Mandan Braves, 3-1 in the season, number 3 in the latest Sportscasters and Sports Writers poll, and they will host tonight the St. Mary's Saints, and Dan Schmeeker's club is 2-2 on the season. There's a buzz around the field tonight as it's homecoming night. They just coronated the king and queen, and so, hey, I guess first thing, you had a chance to kind of look and break down both these teams. Put your recruiting hat on for a second. What did you see? What was the first glimpse that you got of the Saints and the Braves?
Well, I think the first thing that stands out is the skill positions on both teams are very good. Carson Jablonski from Mandan might be one of the better wide receiver defensive backs in the state this year. He's fast. He's got good ball skills, elusive when the ball's in his hands. And then you go to the other side, and they've got both guys throw the ball well. Both quarterbacks, they get it out. I think both coaches would probably want a higher completion percentage and probably a little less turnovers, both at right around 50% and 7 interceptions apiece. But both teams have tremendous skill.
Yeah, as you mentioned, those quarterbacks, Thomas Kralik for St. Mary's, 6 TDs, 7 interceptions, and then Max Carlson, the returning first-team All-Stater for Mandan. He's right now got 7 TDs and 7 interceptions, 5 of those coming in one game. So most of the year's been really good for Max with Mandan, but he has had one night where he was throwing at the wrong team. So it should be a good one tonight, folks, as we'll take a break here. We'll come back with more of our Shields pregame show, the Shields, where they offer clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions, from fishing to fashion. Take a time out. We'll come back and we'll take a look at the QRF rankings. This is the first week those have been out in North Dakota, and we'll take a look at that latest Class AA football poll and Class A football poll in North Dakota. We'll do that and more as our Shields pregame rolls on from Starion Field tonight.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smile.
It's time now to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. It will be performed by the Mandan Marching Braves tonight. There's your national anthem tonight. Nicely done by the Mandan Marching Braves. Glad to bring that to you tonight on the PSP Network. Welcome back into our broadcast booth. Todd Domrey's alongside Josh Cattell as we get set for the Mandan Braves, number 3 in the poll, as they host the St. Mary's Saints. And Josh, let's take a look at these QRF rankings. There was a lot of interest around the state as these things have come out this week. So here's a look at those as West Fargo Cheyenne leads the way. And there's a host of teams with a 3-1 ranking. Minot, Legacy, Davies, Mandan, and Shanley, all with 3-1 records. They're the top 6 teams in the QRF, and all those teams are separated by about 12 points now in the QRF. And as everybody knows, this year you get into the playoffs by being one of the top 8 teams. And right now, St. Mary's sits at number 7, Mandan sits at number 5, West Fargo, Williston, and the 2 Bismarck teams, Bismarck High and Century, at the bottom. And as I'm sure as you got a chance to glance at that, there's some surprises probably within that.
Oh, absolutely. And I haven't got a chance to watch Bismarck High live. Bismarck Century, they've had a tough road. They played Mandan, they played Cheyenne, who's number 1, who arguably has the best player in the state, and Carter Mentz, the defense end, going to the Gophers right now. It's top heavy, but there's chances for everybody to still make some noise in the bottom half of that bracket.
Well, indeed, as we're getting to the halfway point of the season, so these rankings will come out each week now, so we'll continue to update you on those as this stuff plays out and we identify who the top 8 teams will be in AA football that make the state playoffs. On the right-hand side of your screen, you see the games that we're tracking tonight on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Obviously, St. Mary's here in Mandan, Williston's at Legacy, Bismarck High is at West Fargo, take on the Packers. Century is at Shanley tonight, and Minot at Davies. You notice the 2 PSP games we have for this evening. St. Mary's at Mandan, obviously, and Minot at Davies, a doubleheader for you tonight on the PSP Network. Here's a look at the most recent Sportscasters and Sports Writers media poll. As in 11A, you've got undefeated Jamestown leading the way, followed by Fargo North. And then you got Red River, South, and Valley City rounding out the top 5 in 11A. 11AA, we mentioned Mandan number 3, Davies is number 1. They take on number 5 Minot tonight. Cheyenne is number 2, a good club for the Mustangs this year, and Fargo Shanley is number 3, and they will take on Century tonight. There's a look at your poll and your QRF rankings this season thus far in AA football in North Dakota. All right, Josh, let's talk a bit about the Mandan Braves. You mentioned Carson Jablonski. It's a team that brought back a lot of depth and experience, and a team that really likes to chuck the football around. As an offensive guy like you, what have you liked from the way Mandan starts to attack people on the perimeter?
Well, I think, the couple games I've seen of them this year, they did a good job when they had the running game going as well, being efficient on first down with quick passes and getting a little bit of yardage on the ground. So that builds up the opportunity to take a shot later in the game for them. And like we talked earlier, Jablonski, the Frank wide receivers, 2 big targets that can run and are very athletic. They got to be efficient early down so that they can take those shots with those guys.
One guy that we'll be keeping an eye on tonight is the returning All-Stater Lincoln Wiseman, the talented tailback for Mandan. He's got a cast on. He's not in the starting lineup, but we'll see if he makes an appearance tonight. Likely he's a week away at least for Mandan. Now let's talk about the St. Mary's Saints. As many All-Staters as Mandan had coming back, St. Mary's lost that many from last year. They graduated 7 kids who were first-team or second-team All-State players. So it's a brand-new cast of characters for the St. Mary's Saints. But, as you've glanced at that, you had a chance to look at the Fargo North game from a week ago. What have you liked that St. Mary's has shown you?
Well, you talk about their roster, but it speaks to what Coach Schmeeker's done there for years. They lose all those seniors, but still, you look at their offenses. They got 9 seniors starting in the offensive line or in the offensive side of the ball alone. So they still got some veterans. They've got a lot of talent on the perimeter. The 2 receivers, Porter and Willer, can make big plays, make a lot of catches for them, and they got a quarterback who can run the offense. So typical Schmeeker team.
Oh, Josh, you were a coach. Was there anything good about homecoming night that wasn't a distraction?
Once the game started, that's probably the best part. I was talking earlier when they were standing doing the ceremony stuff. That's the last place I'd want to be before a game, but good for those guys showing their support of the school.
The king and queen is crowned tonight. Cassidy Mossett, the queen, and the king, Brady Helbling, joined by their court, Sidney Heinert, McKenna Meschke, Brianna Radke, Jenna Stein was the court for the ladies, and the guys, Owen Gress, Seth Gerhardt, Carson Jablonski, and Dom Giggy, who will be making a start this evening at tailback as Mandan won the toss, and they'll take the football first. And we are set for football. Thanks to Shields again for bringing our pregame show. They're dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. Shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Willer runs up on it, puts a boot into it. Try Frank, fields it at the 6. Angle is to his right. Now he turns it into a sprint, breaks a tackle at the 10, stutter steps, and he is dropped down. Belted and hit. The special team stop made by the kicker. Caden Willer brings down Try Frank, and Mandan will be set up 1st and 10 from their 12-yard line. Here's that Mandan Braves starting 5 up front. Hunter Corbin is a junior tackle. Brady Bame, a 2-year starter at left guard. Seth Gerhardt, another 2-year starter at center. Owen Gress, the senior right guard, and Caden Steele, the senior right tackle. Try Frank, Carson Jablonski on the perimeter. Carson Hegney's the tight end. Quarterback is Max Carlson, Wyatt Peel, and Dom Giggy in the backfield tonight for Mandan. 1st and 10. And there is Lincoln Wiseman. And he gets a handoff immediately off left tackle, and he's got a good seam. Bursts past the 15, sprints out near a first down to the 22-yard line. Welcome back to the lineup, Lincoln Wiseman.
Yeah, and right away we see St. Mary's in cover 0. They're going to try to stop the run first.
Stop for St. Mary's is Jackson Richter, and immediately on the first play of the game, we got an injured Saint down. And it looks to be, might be Caden Willer, the corner. Nope, you're right, exactly right. Good spot there as it's Hank Berry, the outside linebacker, the 175-pound junior. Here's St. Mary's' 3-4 defense up front. Jacob Gettle. Will Marks is your nose. Derek Rude, your defensive end. Your 4 backers, Vetter, Richter, and Berry. 2 corners, Jackson Ross and Caden Willer. And Sam Fedorchek and Matt Porter are your strong and free safety, respectively. Wiseman got 10 on first down, sets up Mandan, 1st and 10 from the 22. Handoff, this time it's Dom Giggy off the right side, gets a couple yards. He gets spilled out at the 25. Give him 3 as Mandan's gone to the ground here to establish that run game.
Yeah, and again, St. Mary's putting 8 guys in the box and just challenging them to throw the ball right now.
That seems counterproductive. Why would you be challenging a team that is as adept as Mandan, and you got a quarterback in Max Carlson who's thrown for 800 yards in 4 games, and now you're daring him to throw? That seems like...
Feel confident with their athletes.
Yep. Mandan will send trips to the field. 1 receiver to the right. Carlson out of the gun. 2nd down and 8. Quick hitter, near side. He's got Frank. Catches it up by his face mask. He's spilled immediately there by the corner, Caden Willer, but that's a gain. We'll give him about 5 yards out to the 30-yard line. Sets up 3rd and manageable now for Mandan.
Those are huge plays in a drive. You got to be able to get to 3rd and manageable with a good confidence-building throw there for the quarterback, a nice hitch, and get it to those athletes out on the perimeter.
3rd down and 3 to be exact. Boy, I like our new scoreboard graphics. How about that stuff on the bottom? You've got the timeouts on there. You've got the clock rolling down. You got the down and distance. You got the quarter. 3rd down and 3 for Mandan.
They like to run the quarterback in these situations.
St. Mary's with 3 down linemen. Mandan will motion Wiseman. They hand it off to him, a little sweep. And, boy, he turns it up, put a foot in the ground, gets up near 1st down yardage, but he's spilled by the nose, Will Marks. And I believe he is, by the length of the football, going to have a 1st down.
It's interesting formation there for Mandan, going empty with a 21 personnel, so they got a tight end and a fullback in the game, and then running Wiseman on that fly sweep type play into a trap. So new wrinkle for Mandan.
One of the best defensive coordinators around is Toby Schweitzer for the St. Mary's Saints. As this time got 3 down linemen, creep a couple linebackers up off the edge. 1st and 10 Mandan from their own 34-yard line. Snap is bobbled, throws off the timing of the play. Carlson goes deep anyway, and it's caught by Lonsley at the 30. Breaks a tackle at the 20, drop down at the 5-yard line. What an adjustment to the football for Carson Jablonski.
Yeah, great protection by the O-line. They brought both edge rushers, brought a 5-man blitz, and they protected it and got him that one-on-one coverage. He makes the play.
49-yard pitch and catch from Max Carlson. Carlson, good composure, too, to collect that bobbled snap and then somehow put the ball a little bit underthrown, but that worked out to the advantage of Mandan.
Yeah, Jablonski got behind the coverage and made a good play on the ball.
First and goal for Mandan as they march it into the Serve Pro red zone. Snap back, handoff Wiseman. Right down Broadway between the hash marks goes Wiseman, and he gets inside the 5. Maggie B, we'll give him a couple.
Yeah, Harrison Grod came off the edge and made a good play running down the line of scrimmage and stopping that for a minimal gain.
How about these numbers for Carson Jablonski? I mean, 15 catches for 423 yards. I mean, I can do some quick math on that, but that's about 25 yards a grab.
Yeah, and he gets out in space, and he's elusive, and he can get out there and run away from people.
Twins to the left, H back to the right, one back behind Carlson in the pistol, second and goal from the 5. Mandan knocking on the door here in the first quarter. Handoff, Wiseman, and he is blown up. Stamped down at the 6-yard line. That's a loss of 1, and Jacob Gettle there to lay a hat on him for St. Mary's.
Yeah, they brought both the inside backers there on a little pressure, and Gettle gets loose and makes a play in the backfield.
Well, now Mandan back at the 6, be facing a 3rd and goal from there as Carlson comes over, gets the call from his head coach, Todd Sheldon. 11-year man at the helm of Mandan. Stan Schmeeker, the head man for St. Mary's in his 45th season.
Oh, that's impressive.
That's a lot. 3rd and goal for the Braves. They motion from right to left. Carlson bobbles the snap again, rolling out, and he's smothered. Good job of that Saint defense, and the timing and everything was blown up, and making the sack there. The first guy there to put a lick on him was James Nordberg for the Saints.
Yeah, the snap hit the motion guy who's coming across, a timing play, and the ball hits him on the way back to the quarterback. Good thing they retained possession.
Well, and now Mandan has had problems with some extra points. Alex Wegner's, the kicker, has knocked through a couple field goals this year and has been okay with extra points, but Mandan is going to defer here and go for it.
Not a lot of plays in the on the old call card for 4th and 15 on your 15.
Yeah, 4th and goal from the 14. Motion by Olhauser. Stepping up in the pocket is Carlson. Looking, smash down. Coming off the edge is the linebacker, Jackson Richter. And there's St. Mary's with a little bend but don't break defense with back-to-back sacks to deny that Mandan drive.
Well, I tell you what, Gettle got in the backfield about 3 times on that drive, and he disrupted that play and gave him a chance to get off the field there.
Well, a promising drive for Mandan comes up empty. Braves ran 9 plays but did not put any points on the scoreboard. 6:56 to play first quarter in your BNC Bank scoreboard. And here's a look at that St. Mary's offense. We'll get you those starters in a moment for the senior quarterback, Thomas Kralik. He'll run a little option to the right, pitches it out, and there goes Paul Vetter. Just inside the numbers on the right-hand side of the football field. Vetter turns it north and south, takes it up to the 19-yard line, give him 5, and here's that St. Mary's starting unit. Up front, you got Will Marks. Harrison Grod joins him on the left side. Jonathan Plant is your center. Luke Langenfelder and Jacob Gettle on the right side. Caden Willer, Gavin Miller are your wide receivers. Ryan Kemple, the tight end. Paul Vetter, the tailback, just had that carry. Jackson Richter, the fullback, and your quarterback, the 6'4", 190-pound Thomas Kralik. Kralik, the senior, after that 5-yard gain by Vetter, and they go right back to the Paul Vetter well, and this time not a lot there.
Just a couple gang tackles for Mandan to start. They're getting a lot of hats to the football, and I thought it'd be a good matchup early. The 2 interior D linemen, Brady Bame and Owen Gress, against those 2 guards for St. Mary's. They're going to have their hands full.
Mandan has forced Vetter there to a no gain, and now the Saints in those road white uniforms, gray pants, blue helmets, facing a 3rd down and 5. Now make it a long 4 for the Saints as they go twins to the wide side. Kralik out of the gun. Quick hitter. He's got Porter, and nothing after the catch for Matthew Porter out in space. Smashed down there by the corner, Rustin Medenwald, and that's going to be a 4th down upcoming for the Saints.
Yeah, they try to get it out in the flat, and the the number 1 receiver had to make a decision whether he was going to block the corner or the flat defender, and he took the flat defender, and corner came up, made an open field tackle.
St. Mary's with an apparent 3-and-out. You always got to be careful when your punter is your quarterback. Actually, Willer is going to drop back into punt instead of Kralik. Willer, the senior, puts a boot into it. Try Frank, a good return man. Fields it at his 43-yard line. Frank out to midfield, and he's spilled at about the 48-yard line. Special team stop there by Ryan Kemple. And our first flag of the night. Will end up being a 35-yard punt for Caden Willer, pending the penalty. And we get a chance to tell you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. They've been serving the Magic City for over 25 years. As you get a block in the back on the Mandan Braves, and that will be 10 yards, and the Saints will push it back. It'll be back in Mandan territory on the first penalty of the evening. Mandan penalized 10. We mentioned Planet Pizza. Their pizzas are out of this world. They got the 30-inch Galactic Pizza. Call and order now, 852-1700. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. Be sure to vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. That's Jersey Mike's, where they are a sub above. Second possession of the contest for the Mandan Braves. We're scoreless here in the first quarter, 4:54 remaining in it. Wiseman will stretch it wide side. Oh, ankle tackled.
Richter came in there again, made a nice play, knife through. That thing got to the edge. It was a pin and pull scheme, and if Richter doesn't make that tackle, there's a lot of room to run.
I like that Jackson Richter, a wrestler. You know, he's got that low center of gravity, and boy, he makes a lot of tackles. A team leader right now with 58 of them on the season for the Saints.
Yeah, talk about another good athlete on this Saints team. He falls right in that category. Competitive kid for sure. You can tell that by the film.
Well, Mandan forces a 3-and-out after they had it in the red zone. Lincoln Wiseman's been a workhorse already, coming back from an injury. 5 carries, 16 yards on the evening for Wiseman. Quick hitter, Jablonski has it, makes the first guy miss. There he goes, down the sideline to the 40, 30, finally dropped down inside the 25. Boy, you get that guy an inch, and he takes a mile sometimes.
Yeah, Matt Porter had him in the alley and had a good angle on him, and Jablonski just puts a move on him and gets to the perimeter, and see you later.
Well, and officially, that'll end up being a quick 32 yards for Carson Jablonski. So he's right on cue, Josh. He's got 2 catches for 81 yards.
I like what they're doing, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hand and getting their athletes the ball in space.
1st and 10, nearing the Serve Pro red zone for the Braves. They motion, they try to seal that edge, but nobody home. As coming from the backside, St. Mary's smothers Lincoln Wiseman.
Yeah, I think we're going to be saying Jacob Gettle's name a lot tonight. He came down the line again and make a great play behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Jacob Gettle, the 220-pound defensive end, the senior for the Saints. Tackle for a loss there as he smokes down Lincoln Wiseman for a loss of 1.
Yeah, again, St. Mary's is just inviting the pass. They're going to stop the run, and that's their priority starting early in this game, it looks like.
Frank wide to the right, Jablonski wide to the left. Mendenwall in the slot. Now he comes in motion. And it's going to be play action. Looking for a slant to Frank. He catches it at the 8. Breaks a tackle at the 5. Pay dirt for Mandan. How about that yak for Try Frank right there?
There you go again. We're talking about these athletes pregame. Frank, another one. Great hand catch. Caught it away from his body with the defender draping all over him. And then the strength to get in the end zone there and drag him the last couple yards. Good throw and catch.
Max Carlson with his 8th TD of the season. Try Frank just hauled in his 3rd touchdown reception. Alex Wegner will come on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Ryder Peel and the snap from Owen Gress. Low snap fielded by Peel, set down for Wegner, and he bangs it through. Mandan is on the board, and we'll take a touchdown timeout. 3:18 to play, first quarter from Starion Field in Mandan. It's the Braves 7 and the Saints 0. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Mandan on the scoreboard first. 4 plays, 53 yards, 24 yards. Max Carlson to try Frank. Alex Wegner adds the extra point. And Mandan, after being denied as they had a trip into the red zone on their first possession, hits pay dirt on possession number 2. And number 3, Mandan, leads by 7.
Yeah, I like what Mandan's doing offensively right now. They threw a couple quick passes, got the ball out in space, tried to run it. And then they max pro and get the one-on-one coverage on the outside and throw it to their athlete.
Alex Wegner will do the kickoff duties. Back deep to receive, Paul Vetter, Matt Porter, Gavin Miller. Deep end over end kick, going to be fielded by Miller. 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line. He's tripped up there. And that's where the Saints will take over after about an 18-yard kickoff return for Gavin Miller.
Now let's see what the Saints can do offensively now. I think they need to get a couple first downs here, establish some offense, some success, and just keep that defense off the field right now.
Well, we mentioned the Mandan Braves offense. Here's their defensive unit. Braden Hoost is in the starting lineup tonight. Up front with Brady Bame, Owen Gress, McCoy Keller. Linebackers, Zachary Beauchamps, Caden Steele, Wyatt Peel. Your corners are Medenwald and Jablonski. Devin Church and Tri Frank, the safeties. Back to pass, Kralik under pressure. He's going to be knocked down. That's going to be a sack. Loss of 1 on the play. And on the blitz, it was the middle linebacker, Caden Steele, getting home.
Yeah, he came in there, disrupted, made the quarterback have to move in the pocket, and then a gang of Braves surrounded him and got him to the ground.
Well, we'll give Brady Bame an assist on that as well, as Kralik is sacked for a loss of 1. Sets up 2nd down and 11. Hey fans, tonight's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics. They specialize in braces and Invisalign for all ages. Call them at 852-2646. Visit them online at minotbraces.com. Kralik, far sideline, quick hitter. Ooh, and almost stepping in front of that was Mandan's Chris Ramsey.
Yeah, and Jablonski made a great break on the football. Quick route, trying to get half of it back. And
oh yeah, it was 2, not 12. I beg your pardon. Yeah. As you're right. I don't think you want to be throwing it in front of Jablonski.
No, that was I like the idea. Get the ball out of his hands quick, try to get it out in space. But Jablonski, great play.
St. Mary's looking for a first down, facing a 3rd down and 11, or they're going to have back-to-back 3-and-outs. They motion to trips. Porter's the inside slot. Krolik's going to roll that way. Blitz is on. Kralik has to step up, and he's going to be sacked again. The Mandan fearsome foursome is getting after you right now, and this time it's the defensive end. McCoy Keller will get credited for the sack.
Yeah, Caden Steele again. They started to move the pocket and roll out, and he triggered at the middle linebacker position and made the quarterback have to stop his feet, and the backside pressure got there. McCoy coming in for the sack. That's 2 good plays by the middle backer, Caden Steele there.
Willer back to punt. Frank standing back near midfield. Willer puts a boot into it. At his 45, there goes Tri Frank. He's got a head of steam into St. Mary's territory. Now he's going to be bottled up at the 35-yard line, but all of a sudden, Mandan's going to have great field position here as they will take over after a 33-yard punt, and then Tri Frank has a 20-yard return.
Yeah, right now, St. Mary's is just losing the field position battle. Mandan has started each drive midfield or better and been able to capitalize on 1 of 2 so far. So we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, 2 3-and-outs. And St. Mary's, thus far in the football game, well, they've got a total of 5 yards in 2 possessions. That won't get it done against a high-quality team like the Mandan Braves as they send trips to the left. 1 receiver to the right, Wiseman, behind Carlson, who's in the gun. Carlson steps up deep down the near sideline looking for Tri Frank, just over his hands at the 10-yard line.
Great coverage there by Caden Willer.
Yep, step for step was Caden Willer.
He stayed inside, took away the inside move, and then got in his hip pocket to defend the pass, got his head around, and good play, a little confidence builder after the last one.
First incompletion of the night for Max Carlson, who's now 4 of 5 here in the first quarter for 110 yards and a touchdown for the All-State quarterback, Max Carlson. Medenwald, Olhauser, Jablonski wide to the left. Frank has the field to himself on the right. Wiseman alone setback on 2nd down and 10. They'll hand it off straight ahead. Wiseman is sandwiched. Knifing in there was Paul Vetter, the first Saint to put a blue hat on him.
Yeah, brought both outside backers again, put pressure on it. And, you take the shot on 1st down. Now you find yourself behind the chains on 3rd and long, and we'll see if the Saints can get off the field here.
Wiseman coming back from a fractured forearm, and he's got a cast on it. And, boy, they're not shy to go to him. 7 carries here in the first quarter.
Yeah, he's a workhorse. He was when he was healthy, and I'd imagine he is now.
3rd and long for the Braves. Another bobbled snap. St. Mary's on the blitz. Carlson is going to be wrapped up and dropped. Derek Rude there to ride him down.
Yeah, it looked like broad edge pressure again, and Harrison Grad made him, step up in the pocket, and then the pursuit of the rest of the defense got there. Good play, 4th down here. See what they can do.
Well, it looks like Mandan will elect to go for it on 4th and 10 from the Saints' 35-yard line. This is kind of the way that Minot played against Mandan earlier, where their best pass defense was getting after the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Mandan's successful when they get the ball out of their hands quick. It's hard to protect that long.
4th and 10. Twins left, Twins right. Carlson, good snap. Snap back, steps up, and he's hit again. Flag is down. Might be a hold, as coming off the edge that time was Harrison Grad. It's been a sack party at the QB in this possession for the Saints.
Yeah, again, they brought both edge pressure. Grad just came untouched. Nobody got him, and he brought the quarterback down.
Well, and that's going to be a loss on the play of 5, and penalty is a hold against the Mandan Braves. That'll be declined. The sack will count. Back-to-back sacks for the Saints, and the Saints, well, their defense gave them their best field position of the night.
Exactly. How quickly the game can turn. You're in that, going for it on 4th down, you're in that kind of gray area. You're on the 35-yard line, and the punt, or do you go for it? And right now it gives the Saints a little bit of life here. Maybe they can do something with it.
Could be the last play of the first quarter here with 13 seconds to play in the quarter. Mandan on top, 7-zip on your BNC Bank scoreboard, where they make banking easy. Your life's busy. They make managing your money easy with locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online. As there goes the St. Mary's Saints getting in the hands of Matt Porter. Nice gain there for St. Mary's as they knife it into Mandan territory. Gain of 13 yards, and that will indeed be our final play here of the first quarter. An entertaining one from Starion Field in Mandan tonight. Good to have you on board with Josh Cattell and Todd Domrey's here. We'll be back with quarter number 2 after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers Warehouse Company knows how to safely move your family to their new residence by paying close attention to every detail. The folks at Jobbers Warehouse Company engage in an ongoing communication throughout the process to help the big picture in sight and make sure that no element is left unnoticed. Visit jobberswarehouse.com and let Jobbers Moving and Storage and Allied Van Lines make your move a smooth one. Head to jobberswarehouse.com today. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers is your choice.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
A handoff on 1st and 10. Apologize for missing that one. Didn't miss much as it's a handoff to Paul Vetter off the right side, and he got stuck for no gain. So sets up 2nd down and 10 for the Saints, who have it at the Mandan 47-yard line. 3 carries now, 5 yards for Paul Vetter.
It's going to be hard running in between the tackles for St. Mary's tonight with the big bodies inside for Mandan.
And we'll get a clock stoppage here. Let's see. Ooh. Please. shut the stadium music off when the offense is coming to the line.
Can't have any artificial noise.
White hat is Jed Steiner tonight, laying down the law.
Good Jamestown grad there.
Kralik standing in the pocket. Ooh, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver was Jackson Ross there, as couldn't haul that in and had it in his mitts right at the sticks on the numbers, or actually on the hash marks.
Yeah, almost a great catch there. He just couldn't haul it in, couldn't finish it.
And now Mandan has forced St. Mary's into a 3rd down and 10. Tonight we can tell you that the game tonight is brought to you by the UPS store, located on South Broadway in Minot, and they're open Monday to Friday. UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs. Mandan looking like a blitz. Here comes that 5th rusher. Kralik dancing in the pocket, hits a man in the slot. Nice catch at the 38-yard line. Might be a yard short, as the reception that time made by Jackson Ross went right back to him, did Kralik. Stick made by the free safety, Devin Church.
Yeah, good protection, good movement in the pocket by Kralik there. He steps up, found his receiver, and delivered a ball right on the spot.
We'll give him 8 there, as Kralik now has completed 2 of 5 for 24 yards. First catch of the night for Jackson Ross goes for 8, and now St. Mary's going to go for it. 4th and 2 from the Mandan 39-yard line. Kralik back to pass, looks right, double pumps it, hits a man, first down. Little deep in.
Yeah, he was.
Caden Willer at the 31-yard line hauls it in.
Yeah, he was looking for, it looks like Matt Porter right away, and had to kind of pumped it and held onto it and found the second receiver coming into that window created from the out route.
Willer with his first grab gives St. Mary's a first down. Well, and St. Mary's is on the move. That's saying something, because their first 2 possessions resulted in a total of 5 yards, and now good field position, and the Saints nearing the Serve Pro red zone. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Twins left and right. Kralik back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. It's got some space. Going to tuck it. Going to sprint inside the 30. Dances out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. That'll be a 5-yard scamper for the QB, Thomas Kralik.
Yeah, and that's not the first thing he wants to do. He is eyes down the field when he's scrambling, looking for someone to throw to, but made a good decision. Tuck it, get what you can, live to play another day.
Officially, it'll be a 4-yard gain for Kralik there, as he's been sacked twice already here in the game by that Mandan defensive line. And here in the second quarter, see if the Braves defense can stiffen or if St. Mary's can punch in their first points of the night. Same formation, Vetter beside Kralik in the gun. Twins right, twins left from the right hash mark. Kralik barks out the singles, goes option left, fakes the pitch. Nice play. Now he turns it up north and south. They hack at the football, does the Mandan Braves, but Kralik is going to be at the sticks after a 7-yard gain. That's a first down and a new set of downs for the Saints.
Yeah, that was a good play by Kralik. The Mandan defense brought pressure right into that run, and he just makes the guy miss in the hole and gets the first down.
How about that ball handling?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to teach that, but the ball security will be talked about for sure.
Well, the Saints have been running that option for years, and so
maybe not out of 10 personnel with 4 wide receivers like they are tonight.
Yeah, right. Twins right, twins left once again. This time Vetter gets the call right up the middle, and he is smashed down. Closing up that hole was Owen Gress along with Hunter Corbin. Corbin, a backup defensive lineman across the board tonight with some injuries in that Mandan front 4. Corbin will be spelling those guys throughout the evening, so loss of 1 on that play for Paul Vetter.
Yeah, try to run a little counter play, but the defensive line just, there was no movement from the O-line, so good play again by the defensive line for Mandan.
Both teams with their full allotment of 3 timeouts, under 9 minutes to play in the first half. A fast-moving first half here on homecoming night in Mandan. Kralik rolling. Oh, he throws it in the slot, and it's tipped off the hands of Ross and picked off. Wyatt Peel with the thievery. Boy, when that tip happens, Josh, that defense, they scramble, and it almost always goes in the hands of the 11 on the defensive side.
Yeah, we used to talk about it all the time with the defensive side of the ball. Tips and overthrows, you got to make them. You got to make them count when that happens, and Mandan did right there. not a. I like what St. Mary's did there on that drive, though. Made some adjustments, got the ball out quicker, spread Mandan's defense out. We'll see if that continues as we go on.
Wyatt Peel with the interception, the first turnover of the evening. Here comes Mandan. Handoff, straight ahead running for the pinball. Lincoln Wiseman, stopped by Jackson Richter of St. Mary's, but not until a quick 8 for Lincoln Wiseman.
Yeah, he runs hard. He's a tough-nosed kid, runs hard, and then has the ability to make people miss in space.
Mandan turned the ball over on downs, giving St. Mary's a pretty short field, but then they get the interception. Now the Braves have it 2nd down and 2.
Here's where you look for a shot. No.
Instead, they'll just give you a steady dose of Lincoln Wiseman, and there he goes. He's got the corner at the 30, 35, ushered out of bounds near the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him out just shy of that, but that's a sprint and a run for Lincoln Wiseman of, we'll give him 12.
Yeah, getting to the edge. Mandan typically is in between the tackles type team, but tonight they see something about the outside run and had a few big ones here.
Hey fans, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, proud to bring you tonight's game. Find them online at Roger Ward Moving and Storage and schedule a move or find a quote. Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Snap is back. Handoff. Wiseman. Oh, nice cut. There was a defender right there when he got the football, and he turns nothing into something, and he darts out to the 42-yard line. Lincoln Wiseman picks up a quick 5.
Yeah, pulled 2 linemen there. One kicks out, the other one leads the way up the hole, and Jackson read it well and got some positive yards.
Well, and Mandan's going to the rushing well here, Josh. That's 3 plays on this drive, carries of 8 yards, 12 yards, and 5 yards for Lincoln Wiseman.
Well, you look at just the pure size, that should be their advantage tonight.
Frank wide to the left, Jablonski wide to the right. Carlson hands it off again to Lincoln Wiseman. Straight ahead running, and this time he's bottled up nicely by that St. Mary's defense, and Jackson Richter is racking up tackles tonight for the Saints.
Yeah, they run that little counter play again. St. Mary's does a better job of getting it stopped and getting some interior pressure.
Wiseman now 11 carries, 44 yards on the evening to pace the Braves' rushing attack.
Well, I guess that answers our question about his health.
Yeah, 11 carries in the first half. I think he's feeling good. 3rd down and short for the Braves from their own 45. There goes Wiseman again, and he gets to the sticks. Oh, good second effort as he got hit, and he just ever so slightly shedded that. Picks up 3 before the free safety. Sam Fedorchuk is there to pin him down, but 3 yards on 3rd and 2 will get you a new set of downs.
Yeah, it was a good fit by Sam from the safety position. He just Wiseman just gave him that little extra effort at the end of the run to pick up the first down.
Well, and what are you seeing from the St. Mary's defense? Are they still playing the same kind of brand where they were just kind of bottling it up and making or daring Mandan to throw the football?
It's been a heavy dose of cover 0. It's just man-to-man out there with 8 guys in the box.
Bobbled snap. Carlson slings it out to the slot again. Jablonski has it there. Stiff arms. Boy, and he in space is something else as he picks up 9, a little smoke screen to Jablonski to the wide side.
Yeah, the Saints had the numbers out there, and they had him, bottled up, and it's hard to judge that speed, especially when, you think you got it, you stop your feet, and all of a sudden a guy like Jablonski can get around you.
3 catches, 90 yards tonight for Carson Jablonski.
Yeah, it seems like Mandan's offense has got a good approach to what they're doing, and I get the ball out to their best athletes, Wiseman, Carson, and Frank.
Well, and now this is a play caller's dream here as Carlson looks back, sees 10 on the play clock, 2nd down and 1. They motion Peel, and they're going to hand it off. Stopping and darting forward for a couple is Lincoln Wiseman. And he's going to have a first down before he's harnessed there by John Richter.
Yeah, they're just wearing them out right now. They're just continuing to pound the ball and keep moving the sticks. And now you get on this side of the 50. Now you got to hit pay dirt. You got to find a way to get some points on the board.
Clock has dripped down to under 6 minutes to play here in the first half as Mandan just chewing up some clock on this drive. Kind of just taking their time.
Yeah, they're interesting. They have the ability to be really explosive, but they also have the ability to wear you out. So we'll see how this one goes.
2 receivers to the near side. Now Jablonski gets twins to the right. Frank, they go back shoulder to him. Excuse me, that's Olhauser. They go back shoulder to him, and that's incomplete. Just the second incompletion of the night for quarterback Max Carlson.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. The last time they started the chains on a first down with an incomplete, it got them behind the chains, and St. Mary's was able to get off the field. We'll see what happens here in this drive.
5 out of 7 for Max Carlson tonight, 119 yards and a touchdown. As Mandan has marched it to the Saints' 41-yard line here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Braves. Peyton Olhauser, the receiver to the left. Frank and Jablonski to the top side of the screen. Wiseman, the lone setback. Carlson looking, and now he is smothered up, wrapped up, and dropped down by the nose. Will Marks, the 230-pound senior.
Yeah, it looked like they had a little double move. They faked a bubble and were trying to go downfield. Well defended by the Saints. Again, the man coverage helps them. The pump fake and didn't affect him, so gave the D-line time to get in there and disrupt.
It's already 5 sacks tonight for the St. Mary's Saints defense.
And here you go again, Mandan behind the sticks, 3rd and long now. Not the style of football they want to be. This is when you don't have a ton of plays to call as an offensive coordinator here.
Couple receivers to the left of Max Carlson, one to the top side of the screen. Snap is back. St. Mary's comes on a blitz. They get it out to Jablonski. They got 2 guys out there. He gets around both of them, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage before he's hit down and gang tackled there. John Richter, the first white shirt, to hit Jablonski, and that's a pickup of 7.
You know, that'll be talked about in the locker room. We need to get as many hands to the football as we can because he's making the first 2 guys miss, and the Saints have to do a better job of tackling him in space.
That's easier said than done.
Yes.
By the looks of it, he's pretty slippery out there.
Yes, he is.
There was 2 guys that had him in the crosshairs that time, and now Mandan leading by 7 in plus territory is going to go for it. 4th and 10. Unless this is a pooch kick. Nope. Carlson back to pass, going deep, and he's got Try Frank. Roll the dice, and they come up aces and 7s for Mandan. 4th and 10. That's a conversion of 26.
Yeah, again, man coverage, cover 0, brought a little bit of pressure, but Carson was comfortable in the pocket and Max Carlson was comfortable in the pocket and able to deliver a good ball.
Try Frank hauls in his 3rd catch of the night. Jablonski with 4, Frank with 3, and Mandan is into the Serve Pro red zone. Braves have it 1st and 10 from the St. Mary's 16-yard line. Handoff Wiseman. Oh, nice cut. At the line of scrimmage, Wiseman stopped on a dime. And then he goes north and south at that good pad level. Gets down inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 7, maybe 8 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, the Saints, I think it was Gettle again, got in the backfield, but just a great cut by Wiseman and making yards out of nothing there.
Kind of but you have you're St. Mary's, and you got Mandan in a 4th and 10, and you give up a 26-yard completion. Wouldn't be surprised to see Mandan punch this thing in.
Mm-hmm.
Wide side run. There goes Wiseman. Goes through an ankle tackle at the 8. Spilled it to 3, but he gets in. Touchdown. Lincoln Wiseman.
Did a nice job running through an arm tackle and then finished the ball across the line. That is a drive right there by Mandan. That was impressive.
Almost a cartwheel at the end of that for Lincoln Wiseman. Has got that arm down and kept his balance enough to get that ball over the plane. Alex Wegner will come on to attempt the extra point with Mandan leading 13-0. High snap, places down. Wegner's right foot swings through, and he's true. And the Mandan Braves lead 14-0, and we'll take a touchdown timeout. 3:04 to play, first half. New score on your BNC Bank scoreboard. It is Mandan 14, St. Mary's nothing. Back after this break on the PSP Network.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before. but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
Now Mandan with an impressive scoring drive, 13 plays, 74 yards, capped off by an 8-yard TD scamper by Lincoln Wiseman. Mandan leads 14-0. A very short kick there, fielded by the Saints. Up man, John Richter. Carries it ahead a couple yards. St. Mary's will take over at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, we need the Saints need to do something here offensively. The defense is tired, got worn out. Long drive, they just come off the field. They really hope for some offense here to at least get this thing to the half.
And Wiseman was doing the heavy lifting on that drive, the last drive for Mandan, as he rushed it for 49 yards on the drive on 8 carries for those 49 yards. First and 10 Saints, down by 14 is St. Mary's. Wide side run, Vetter's got the edge. To space he goes, he turns on the jets into Mandan territory. That's just what the doctor ordered. For those St. Mary's Saints, I tell you what, they needed that, and that ends up being a 55-yard gallop for Paul Vetter.
Yeah, they did a great job there. They went formation into the boundary, put 3 receivers into the boundary, and then ran it to the wide side of the field. Got Vetter out in space, and good run. Good effort by the Mandan defense, though. I think it was Trevor Anderson ran that thing down from behind, or else that thing was going all the way.
I beg your pardon, it's a 45-yard gallop for Paul Vetter, but still, St. Mary's looking for points here late in the first half. Kralik out of the gun, trips to the right, low snap, and he just has to fall on it. Owen Gress is going to get a courtesy sack there as he's the closest Mandan Brave, but that's just a rolling snap, and Kralik couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, it's kind of been the story of the night right now for Saints offense. A couple good, a couple positives, and then all of a sudden they stub their toe and find themselves second and long.
Oh, we mentioned, Mandan tonight with 5 sacks already, or St. Mary's already with 5 sacks. That's 3 for the Mandan Braves defensive unit. Second down and long for the Saints. Kralik, quick hitter to Matt Porter, gets 1 block and maybe a few yards. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 30. We'll give him 4.
Yeah, trying to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quick, pick up some of those yards back. Now you got 3rd and 11. I'm guessing it's 4-down territory here, so try to get half and make 4th down manageable.
It's a great job there by the corner. Rustin Medenwald he was being blocked, but he somehow shedded that block and got off of it and got enough of Porter to bring him down.
Yeah, that thing was dead to rights at the line of scrimmage, but breaks a tackle and ends up getting it back to 3rd and manageable.
Trips to the wide side. Kralik rolling that way. Got some time, flings it towards the pylon. Back shoulder throw for Porter, but it sails out of bounds. Not a catchable ball there, as that was wide and deep that time for Kralik.
Yeah, well played by the Mandan defense. Looks like 42, that would be Wyatt Peel. Double move out and up, and he stayed right with them, got in his hip pocket, and good play by the Mandan defense.
Well, this would be big for the St. Mary's Saints psyche, I think, here, if they could convert this and get some points on the board here late in the first half. Mandan leading by 14, and the Saints facing a 4th down and 11. Twins left, Twins right. Kralik out of the gun. Mandan, here comes a blitz. They send 5. Kralik over the middle behind his receiver. Incomplete.
Yeah, just a little off on timing there. I think he got the pressure might have made him move in the pocket and get off his spot, and that helped cause the incompletion.
Yeah, I almost had happy feet back there and threw it off his back foot, and it was behind his intended receiver, Leighton Vetter, incompletion, and the Saints cannot capitalize on a 45-yard run by Paul Vetter, and instead they give Mandan the football back with 1 minute to play in the first half.
We'll see what Mandan tries to do. Are they satisfied with 14 points, or are they going to go try to put another one up?
Well, they have it at the 25-yard line, so you'd think this would be a handoff or two here. And
Wiseman out in the perimeter.
Mandan, however, with all 3 timeouts remaining, and they will burn one of those timeouts, a Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. You can call them today for all your personal and business insurance needs. Mandan on top by 2 touchdowns, and we break. We'll be back with the remainder of the second quarter here on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Todd Darmrey's Josh Cattell back at Mandan's Starion Field. Braves impressively here in the first half, lead by 14. Good to have Luke Domrey's running the camera tonight for us on the PSP Network. Stay tuned. Our premier chiropractic halftime report comes up next. Mandan's going to keep it in the hands of Max Carlson. Design run for the QB, and he picks up a couple yards. That might be the answer, but now Mandan, I was thinking they were just going to go to the half up by 14, but now they quickly come to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they got timeouts, and, you started no huddle drive. You want to get a positive. Run is a good call.
Carlson, and we're going to have a false start.
It's a good penalty because St. Mary's was a little confused in their alignment there, trying to get lined up. Looks like they've moved to a zone, trying to get out of this half right now.
Mandan with their second penalty of the night, been a clean game penalty-wise, as Mandan hasn't punted. Mandan's been penalized twice. St. Mary's punted twice and has not been penalized in the contest. So
looks like we're getting a little two-man now. So they got 2 safeties over the top and man coverage underneath for the Saints.
Carlson looking. Little sidearm sling out to try Frank. Catches it, busts the tackle at the 30. Up the sideline he goes. And that's going to be a first down.
That's a good decision. A lot of times, these guys think that they got to throw the ball downfield in these no-huddle situations. Get the ball to your athletes, get yards, try to get some chunk plays, give yourself a chance to, take a shot at the end zone at the end of this drive.
14-yard gain on 2nd down and 13, and Mandan with the clock stopped with 15 seconds to play in the first half still has a couple timeouts. From their own 37-yard line, Carlson is back to pass. Out into the flat he goes, gets it in the hands of Peyton Olhauser, and Mandan will burn an immediate timeout. That's a Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. Contact your local Hub agents, Josh Cattell or Michael Borman at 355-3100 for your personal and business insurance needs, as that's timeout number 2 burned here by Mandan in the first half. And with just 8 seconds remaining, I would have a hard time believing that Mandan's going to be real aggressive here, but you just never know, I guess.
Yeah, they put both Jablonski and Frank on the same side there, and both of the 2 high safeties were leaned over to their side. So you basically got man-to-man with the other guys. We'll see if they take a shot to them or what they do here.
First catch of the night for Paxton Olhauser. Jablonski's got 4 grabs. So does Try Frank. Carlson with an efficient 9 of 11 here in the first half for 170 yards. Hey, look at the kids up on the grassy knoll over there. Got a pretty good game of tag or flag football or something going on over there.
Yeah, there is a lot going on over there. There's bodies everywhere running around, balls getting thrown. This is a beautiful complex here over in Mandan.
Yep, beautiful complex, beautiful night. So we haven't even talked about the weather because, folks, it's about 60 and just a light wind tonight on a perfect night for football in central North Dakota. Mandan's the venue tonight, Starion Sports Complex. Mandan facing a 2nd down and 6 from their own 41. St. Mary's going to rush 5, and they're going to allow Carlson to escape. And he's going to dance to the sideline and dart out of bounds with a first down with 2 seconds to play in the half.
Gettle gets in the backfield again there, makes Carlson have to step up. Good job getting out of bounds, and they got one more snap at it this half.
Well, and they will give Carlson 5. I thought it was going to be a first down, but it is not. And now Mandan facing a 3rd and 1. Doesn't really matter, 3rd and 1 with 2 seconds to play. This will be the final play of the first half, barring a penalty.
To say the least, St. Mary's does know where Jablonski and Frank are right now. Those safeties are shadowing them. They got 2 guys over the top. Now they got them on opposite sides. We'll see how it goes.
Carlson surveys the field. Last play of the first half. Snap is back. Fade pattern down the near sideline, and that's picked off. Matt Porter with the interception, and he's got space. Cuts it back. Can he get a block? At the 45 to the 40, and he's knocked down at the 35-yard line, and that's the way the first half will end, with the Saints denying a Mandan opportunity late in the first half. Porter with the pick. Carlson intercepted for the 8th time this year. Take a timeout. We'll come back with our Premier Chiropractic intermission and halftime report. Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domries can be found at PremierChiropracticND.com. Halftime report is next on your BNC Bank scoreboard. It's Mandan 14, St. Mary's nothing. And we're at halftime from Starion Field in Mandan.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Now there's the Mandan Marching Braves performing here at halftime at Starion Field in Mandan. Beautiful nights. Homecoming night for the Braves, and it's a happy homecoming right now as Mandan leads 14-0 after an impressive first half. I wouldn't say it was complete domination, but that's pretty dang close right there for the Mandan Braves.
It was very efficient, and honestly, St. Mary's is kind of lucky not to have more points put up. The first drive of the game gets inside the 10, and they end up getting off the field. But pretty efficient first half for the Braves.
Yeah, clean game. Just a couple penalties. Mandan didn't punt it, and just had the turnover there late in the first half that was almost like a punt. As we welcome you back to our Premier Chiropractic intermission, is they're focused on improving the health of the Minot and surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. As we're going to effort some scores here, as this was an early start. So other games that we're tracking tonight on your BNC Bank scoreboard, you got Williston at Legacy, Bismarck High at West Fargo, Century is at Shanley tonight, and Minot at Davies in a game that kicked off about 25 minutes ago. Ranked teams there is Minot's number 5, Davies number 1 in the most recent AA football poll. Minor upcoming action on the PSP network. Got volleyball next Tuesday. Minot High at Bismarck. Next Thursday night, volleyball action again. Williston at Minot. And Friday night, football under the lights. West Fargo Cheyenne at Minot, Dwayne Carlson Field for a high school football matchup next Friday night. There's your upcoming PSP network schedule. Take a time out. We'll get you more looks at the Mandan Marching Braves, and a big shout out tonight, folks listening and watch us from Arizona tonight, Josh, as Pat Thomas and his crew tuning in to PSP Network in the Valley of the Sun. Good to have you folks tuned in tonight. As Mandan leads here at halftime, 14-0 over St. Mary's. We'll come back with a look at the numbers. Individual and team stats are next on the PSP Network.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces. Hoorah! We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Let's get you listening here to the Mandan Marching Braves. A little Any Way You Want It by Journey. at halftime. There you go. As they were pulling out some good ones there. That was like rock central.
Yeah, some bangers here at Mandan High School.
We love doing that. Our goal here at the PSP Network is to promote local athletes and, hey, highlight the kids out there in the marching band. They put in just as much time as the kids in the football and the wrestling and the basketball teams do, so good to have you get the chance to tune in to the Mandan Marching Braves here at Homecoming Nights at Starion Field in Mandan. Todd Darmers, Josh Cattell back with you at the break, brought to you by Premier Chiropractic. As Josh, let's take a look at the halftime team numbers first, as the numbers will tell a story that Mandan had a dominating effort here in the first half.
Yeah, they had 23 rushes for 52 yards, and honestly it felt like more, but the 5 sacks that St. Mary's had kind of negated a little bit of that rushing yards. From a passing standpoint, 9 for 12, 170 yards. You know, he throws the pick late in the first half, but you know, that's just a desperation throw. I think he's played as clean of a half as you could ask for. 75%, that's something we talked about in the pregame, and he's done a good job of getting it out and getting the ball into his athletes' hands for a total of 222. The Saints, 10 rushes for 47 yards. You know, a lot of it coming on that big run to end the half there, but in the passing game just hasn't been there. There's a couple drops, a couple miscues, but 3 for 10 for 36 yards, 83 yards total. You know, we talked about in the pregame, the passing, you know, who's going to have a higher percentage and who's not going to turn over the ball. Saints turn it over going into score, costly turnover, and then, you know, Mandan does late, but that one, you know, you're taking a shot, that one doesn't hurt you at all.
Mandan outgains St. Mary's 222-83. Here's a look at the individual numbers. First off, for the Braves, Max Carlson, as Josh said, was sacked 5 times in that first half. He's got minus 15 yards rushing. Lincoln Wiseman toted it 15 times in the first half for 65 yards and a touchdown. Dom Giggy has 1 carry for 2 yards. Throwing the football, Max Carlson was an efficient 9 of 12 in the first half, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. His favorite receivers were Carson Jablonski with 4 catches for 97 yards, Tri Frank with 4 grabs for 69 yards and a TD for Frank, and Olhauser was 1 catch for 4 yards. Mandan punted it twice, and they had 1 turnover in the first half. For the St. Mary's Saints, Thomas Kralik rushing the football 5 times for 2 yards as he was sacked 3 times in that first half. Paul Vetter has 49 yards in the first half, but 45 of those came on 1 gallop. So other than that one play, St. Mary's doesn't have a whole lot offensively going as Kralik threw it 3 times for 3 out of 10 in the first half for 36 yards, was picked off once. Matt Porter, 3 grabs for 20 yards. Willer and Jackson Ross, 1 catch for 8 yards apiece. Mandan forced St. Mary's into 2 punts in the first half, and as mentioned, the Saints had that 1 interception in the first 24 minutes of play. All right, when we come back, we'll get you into BNC Bank scoreboard update as we do have a couple scores to pass along here on the PSP Network at halftime. We'll come back and give you a little bit more and set the stage for the second half as Mandan leads 14-0 here at halftime on the PSP Network.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Now we're back at halftime. As give you a BNC Bank scoreboard update. BNC Bank with locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona. Provide you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. One score to report on that BNC Bank scoreboard update, and it has Legacy leading Williston 28-0 at halftime. So Legacy receiving votes in that most recent 2A poll in North Dakota, stamping Williston 28-0 at halftime. We'll effort a score from the Century Shanley game in just a moment. Also, we should get an update momentarily here about Minot High and Davies as well. So those are the only scores coming across the wire right now. As again, we mentioned that tonight this is an early start here, a 6:30 game. So right now, just first quarter action from Shanley has Fargo Shanley leading Century 7-0. And no score yet for Fargo Davies and Minot, but we'll get many scores from that one coming across the line, as that one you can also catch tonight on the PSP Network. We mentioned our upcoming schedule. Tuesday night, Minot at Bismarck High Volleyball. Thursday nights, Williston at Minot Volleyball. And then next Friday, West Fargo Cheyenne at Minot is our football coverage under the Friday Night Lights a week from tonight. All right, Josh, let's break down that first half a bit here. As if you're the Saints, do you got a couple adjustments in mind that you would try to roll out and try to make some differences here in the football game?
You know, offensively, it's just trying to find some rhythm. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball inside the tackles like we talked about. The D-line for Mandan is big, tough to move, so they're going to have to find a way to get some kind of run game on the perimeter. The option worked a couple times for them, and then quick passes because the pass rush is getting to them.
And then if you're Mandan, just, I guess, more of the same. They had good success pounding the rock and then get the ball to your playmakers.
Yeah, as long continue to stay ahead of the change, high completion percentage. Make sure you keep getting third and manageables, and then when you have opportunities to take a shot, take a shot.
Our thanks to Premier Chiropractic. They bring you our halftimes at all of our PSP Network broadcasts. Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domries can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. We take a timeout. We come back. Second half action is next. St. Mary's will have the football as Mandan will be kicking off to start the third quarter when we come back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
So this
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices.
It starts on the old line.
Our plus plan is simply better.
His brother
a less
was a
expensive
good
way to
player
buy
at
tires.
St. Mary's and went to play at UMary.
Oh, really?
Thinking
Yep.
tires.
Jackson
Think Tires
Rod is
Plus.
on there. A couple state championship teams. Is there still clock left? Yeah, I was like, they better not be kicking this thing off yet. Well,
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Todd Darmries, Josh Cattell. Hey, it's amazing when you think you hit the mute button and you don't hit the mute button, what happens sometimes. Apologize for that. You got a little insight then in what happens in the press box during halftime. Inadvertently, as Alex Wegner will kick off for the Mandan Braves. Puts a boot into it. End over end kick, fielded and bobbled at the 11 by Paul Vetter, picks it up at the 15, squirts off a tackle, almost stripped away with the football at the 27-yard line. Special teams tackle there by the Mandan Braves, Chris Ramsey. All right, so if you're St. Mary's, let's see what kind of adjustments Dan Schmeekers makes here at halftime.
Yeah, they got to find a way to stay ahead of the chains, be good on first down. They just haven't had the explosive play aside that one run. He's had a tough time getting the protection.
Fans, Northern Plains Heating and Air helps bring you tonight's game. You can find them online at northern-plains.com. There's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Porter in motion, left to right, misdirection in the backfield, and there's a wide side run for the Saints, and dashing is Jackson Richter, and that's a nice carry. Oh. Rumbling, stumbling, carrying tacklers for 12 goes Jackson Richter.
That's a good run right there. Good physical, got downhill, got his shoulder squared, and was able to get a few more yards based on it.
First carry of the night for one Jackson Richter, picks up a dozen, and St. Mary's already out to the 38-yard line here in the third quarter. You know, it's amazing. We got friends on the PSP network. I got 7 text messages at halftime saying that, hey, we hit the wrong mute button and we could still hear you guys during the break. So, again, our apologies for that. That was operator error. I'm going to blame our executive producer, who is me. So Paul Vetter gets wrapped up for a loss of 2 there as it sets up second down and long now for St. Mary's.
Again, just struggling to run the ball in between the tackles. There's a lot of beef in that Mandan D line right now. Makes it tough. They got to find a way to get the run game going.
6 carries, 47 yards for Paul Vetter tonight. Trips to the right of Thomas Kralik, rolling to his right. He's got time. Fires it. He's got Jackson Ross. Nice catch right in front of his face mask. Ross grabs it at the hash marks, falls ahead to the 50-yard line. Give him 13 yards before he's spilled there by his safety, Devin Church.
Yeah, that was a good throw and catch. Put it right on, hit him right in stride, and got a little momentum going here. I think that they spread them out there. They got 4 wide receivers. You know, that might be what they have to go to generate some offense in this half.
Right at midfield, St. Mary's, as you said, Josh, got a little mo here. See if the Saints can put together a drive. St. Mary's shut out in their opener, 28-0 to Minot. Since then, they've been putting points on the board. Oh, there's a play. Option to the left. And there's Wyatt Peel introducing himself to one Paul Vetter.
Yeah, they tried to go back to that option play, and he ran through the opening and sure tackle. And now again, St. Mary's stubs their toe on second and long.
Paul Vetter has gone backwards. Had 49 rushing yards at halftime, and now he's got 40. Lost 2 and lost 7 on consecutive carries here in the third quarter. St. Mary's going to spread you out. Couple receivers left, couple of receivers right. Ball right between the hash marks. Kralik, deep drop. Mandan on the rush. Oh, and getting through a double team. And jackknifing him down is just into the starting lineup, Braden Hoost. 250-pound senior coming into that defensive line. Hadn't been starting until some injuries. Boy, that was a play right there, a yeoman's effort as he was double-teamed.
Yeah, St. Mary's was trying to throw the ball downfield a little longer, developing routes, and Mandan was just playing cover 4 over the top and keeping everybody in front of him, and D-line gets there before the ball could get thrown.
Well, now you're a play caller. What do you dial up? Do you even have something in your card for 3rd and 24?
This is your screen and draw down. You know, typically you just want to make sure you can flip the field with a punt, hopefully, and don't get greedy.
Kralik throws it into the slot. He's got Jackson Ross again. Gets back the penalty yardage, so that'll be a gain of 14 yards back to the original line of scrimmage, and St. Mary's will be in a punting situation.
good throw and catch. You know, those are those hidden yards in a football game. They got 10 yards back there, and now you can at least win the field position battle, hopefully get a stop, and start your next drive in midfield.
Back-to-back catches for Jackson Ross on this possession. He's up to 3 catches, 35 yards. Willer back to punt. Deep end-over-end kick. Sends Jablonski back to the 10. Starts left, goes right, makes a man miss, squirts down a tackle, penalty flag flies, still can't tackle him. Bouncing, spinning, doing his best Chuck Foreman impersonation there is Carson Jablonski, but I think this one's coming back.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a hold or a block in the back there, typically on a special teams play. But Carson Jablonski's showing his ability again there in space. Wow, is he impressive!
I'll get the official call from the white hat here as they're pushing Mandan back. So going to be a block in the back, apparently. Yep. Well, hey, fans, reminder after the game, we'll have our post-game show is always brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors, where they're helping clients work towards financial freedom. Post-game also brought to you in part by Shots Crossroads. They're your post-game headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. I might have to open the doors. The lights can't see. Mandan will start 1st and 10 from their 15-yard line. Carlson out of the gun, Wiseman beside, one receiver to each side. H back to the left. From the right hash mark, wide side to the left of Max Carlson. Long count. Snap is back. Looks left. Throws it fade, and it's tipped. Ooh. See, that's sometimes Carlson gets a few passes tipped. He's got a low takeoff point with the release, and he's had a number of passes tipped this season.
Yeah, his elbow dips down when he tries to throw that ball with some touch, and defender, Gettle again. We talked about him a lot in the first half. He has been a menace on the D-line for St. Mary's right now, and impressive player.
Yeah, Jacob Gettle, that's 6'3", 220-pound multi-sport athlete. Had a good season in basketball last year for the St. Mary's Saints. 2nd and 10 for the Braves. Deep in their own end at their 15-yard line, rolling, play action. Carlson, now he's going to be rushed and smothered. Dropped down at the 5-yard line, a loss of 10. And there is Harrison Grod.
Yeah,
Boy, has he had a game.
Yeah, Hank Berry goes down on the first play from scrimmage, and he comes in, and I think that's maybe his 3rd or 4th sack of the day. And he's had an impressive game for not expecting to play much defense.
Loss of 10. The 6th sack of the night for St. Mary's. It's been their best pass defense.
Yes, it really has. Getting the pressure, and we'll see. They got a shell coverage here. Looks like 2 safeties deep.
3rd and 20 for the Braves from the shadow of their own goal line here, just starting in the 3rd quarter. Actually, it's already dripped down to 6:54 to play in the 3rd quarter. Carlson in the slot, drops it off. Try Frank, makes a man miss. Makes another man miss. Oh, boy. 1st down and more. Try Frank finally ushered out of bounds near midfield. That's a quick 45 on 3rd and 20. Make it 44-yard gain for Try Frank, and he did a lot of that on his own.
There you go, 3rd and long. There's not a lot of plays. Just try to get what you can get back, and let some of your athletes make a play. Great play by Try Frank there, and that's discouraging for the Saints defense.
$44-yard gain for Mandan. The Braves are on the move. Carlson this time will hand it off. They thought they had numbers, but closing it there for the St. Mary's defense was the outside backer, Paul Vetter. Just a gain of 2 for Lincoln Wiseman.
Yeah, early in that first drive, that first play, you saw Carlson making some signals to the wide receivers. They're letting them make some decisions at the line of scrimmage. Some of the benefits of having a senior quarterback.
214 yards passing now for Max Carlson. Try Frank up over 100 yards. 113 yards to be exact. Wiseman, whew, he is buried.
Yeah, Richter gets in there again. He's had a good game. He's been around the football all night.
Loss of 1 on the play. Lincoln Wiseman, 17 carries, 62 yards. Been a productive night for the returning All-Stater for Mandan. Well, this is St. Mary's. There we go.
And we see what St. Mary's does here now. 3rd and long again. They've gotten behind the sticks. Let's see if they can put a couple plays in a row together.
Mandan back to pass. Carlson had some time, and now he ran out of time.
There's Grod again. Grod, that might be his 4th or 5th sack of the night right there. He is he's showing up a lot tonight for the Saints defense.
Yeah, there's the hospitality. You get the Mandan head basketball coach, Brandon Schaefer, working here tonight. We're talking about, hey, it's a little dark over here. We can't turn the lights on because the gets a little glare for the huddle cameras. And so we just got to be like Johnny Wishbone. We ask for, and all of a sudden, we get a light.
Yeah, it's good hospitality here.
Thanks to the Mandan folks for rolling out that red carpet for us. Ooh, high snap. Peel gets it away. And it's going to be picked up by Vetter. Skips through a tackle at the 15, comes out to the 20. Excuse me, that was not Wyatt Peel punting it away. It was Tristan Ulmer, I beg your pardon. And that's a good 36-yard effort for Tristan Ulmer. Give Vetter 5 on the return. And St. Mary's denies that Mandan drive here in the 3rd quarter. 4:41 to play in the BNC Bank scoreboard. Mandan on top, 14-0 over St. Mary's.
You know, good job by Mandan. They got the field flipped. You know, not every drive is success just because you score. They started that drive inside their 20-yard line, and they flipped the field, and now Saints have to do a lot of work to move the ball.
St. Mary's got a couple first downs on their first possession. Now they flip it into the flat. And it's going to be Richter. Jackson Richter catches that. Got a couple yards. Kralik looked like he was under pressure, but got it out of the field to Jackson Richter, who picks up 3.
Yeah, they tried to move the pocket there, get him out so he can throw on the move, and the D ends from Mandan there. I'm not sure which one it was, but got upfield, made him stop, but good positive play on first down. They just need to continue to stress moving the ball forward and not going backwards.
Reminder after the game, we'll have our Sport Clips MVP of the matchup. Keep you looking your best. Check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. 2nd and 7, play action. Kralik, from the backside. And he goes down. Brennan Hoost.
I mean, he gets off the football there. The left tackle never had a chance. That was a great get-off. Pinned his ears back, went after the quarterback, and here we go again, 3rd and long for the Saints.
Like one of my favorites, T.J. Watt getting off the football right there.
Yeah, he's that's a special one right there, that guy.
Oh, he's a difference maker. Steelers are missing him right now, I can tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go again. St. Mary's. Oh, Mandan just pulled a rabbit out of their hat on 3rd and 20 a moment ago. Let's see what the Saints can do. Mandan's going to rush. Kralik had some time, throws it deep over the middle, and just overshoots Jackson Ross near midfield. Flag is down, however. That could be a hold on that St. Mary's front 5.
Yeah, the pressure got in there, inside backer blitz, plugged in. They did a little twist game on the right side of the offense, and I think the O-linemen, once they stop moving their feet, that's when the grabs start to happen.
Penalty be declined, and that will make it 4th and long, and Mandan's going to send Caden Willer. Check that. St. Mary's will send Caden Willer back into a punting situation. Reminder after the game, we'll also have our Move the Game tonight, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. From his goal line, Willer, deep end-over-end kick. Jablonski from the 45. Oh, he bobbled it. It's loose. Oh, and the ball was on the carpet. Jablonski fell on it. Going to be a 37-yard punt for Caden Willer. 4-yard return. And probably more importantly than return was the fact that Jablonski somehow got on the football.
Yeah, he caught it, and Logan Herman was right there. Great coverage on the play. Put a hit on him, and the ball comes out. Fortunate to have the offense on the field right now for the Braves.
Hey, fans, tonight's game brought to you by Planet Pizza. We got the 30-inch Galactic Pizza. You can call 852-1700 Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Contact them, RogerWardMovingandStorage.com. They've been doing it since 1942. 1st and 10, Mandan. Carlson's going to keep it. Dances around one. Can he get to the boundary? No, he cuts it up at the hash marks, and it's going to be a big gain. Not a big gain, a moderate gain on 1st down. Looked like he was maybe going to get nothing on that play for Max Carlson, but he ends up getting about 6, maybe 7, and now you got an injured St. Mary's Saint down in the field. And it's going to be the
looks like Matt Porter.
Strong safety, Matt Porter, clutching his, what would that be, your kidney area? Hip pointer maybe?
Hip maybe, yeah. Yeah, they don't run Carson a lot, but he is an effective runner. Big, strong kid, tough to bring down. I like that call, and it'll be interesting to see as the season progresses how much more they do that with him.
Yeah, and he has the ability, as you said. Max Carlson had a couple older brothers that played quarterback for the Mandan Braves as well, and Jackson and Dane Carlson has been quarterback at the Carlson household. As Max had a big touchdown run in their opening game win against Fargo Davies, but since then he hasn't really ran it a whole lot. And tonight he's got 9 carries for minus 20 yards, but that doesn't tell the whole story. He's been sacked 6, maybe 7 times tonight now. As we got an injury timeout. Take a break. Come back with more third quarter action here from Starry and Field in Mandan right now. Mandan on top, 14-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard with 2:37 to play here in the third stanza.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Quick hitter. Mandan gets it in the hands of Carson Jablonski. Matt Porter did go off under his own power, by the way, while we were away at break. Hope to see him back in the football game as Mandan picks up 4 on 2nd down and 3 for a 1st down.
Yeah, great weapon to have there. Just get him the ball in space. They didn't even have the numbers, and he still was able to pick up the 1st down.
Carlson is up over 200 yards now, 218 yards in the contest. Jablonski and Tri Frank both over 100 yards on the evening. Jablonski with 101, Tri Frank with 113. Mandan nearing the Serve Pro red zone. 1st and 10 from the Saints 28-yard line from the far hash mark. Carlson, same play, other side. Jablonski one-on-one, dancing, darting to the 20, goes out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. And that's going to be another 1st down for Mandan on a scamper and a pitch and catch of 13 yards.
Yeah, they're just putting him in a conflict there. He's so fast, you got to give him some cushion. But with that cushion, now they get him the ball in space. And, again, tough to bring down. He gets the edge on you. Right now he's just he might be the best athlete on the field.
Updated score from Shanley has Century and Fargo Shanley tied at 7. About 7 minutes left in the first half there. Mandan bunches everybody up on the near side. They're going to run Wiseman to the wide side. Cuts it back up. North and south running and submarining his way down to the 12-yard line is Lincoln Wiseman, and he gets a quick 6.
Yeah, it looks like Jackson Richter was in there for the tackle again. Wiseman, he's just patient, waits for his hole, but then when he finds it, he gets his shoulders north and south, cuts on a dime, and he is a hard runner.
Mandan is into the Serve Pro red zone. They got 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water, cleanup and restoration. It's the Serve Pro red zone, Mandan into it. And they have it 2nd down and 5 from the 13-yard line. Make it the 12-yard line of St. Mary's. Same formation. Handoff Wiseman, this time off the left side. Small hole there as he drives his way to the 10. Pickup of 2, maybe 3 for Wiseman as he's up over 70 yards now on 19 carries is Lincoln Wiseman.
Yeah, he makes something out of nothing again there and gets a few yards. And this is just the constant pressure right now Mandan's putting on St. Mary's defense.
Late in the third quarter here with 44 seconds to play in that third quarter. Mandan looking for more. Big play here, 3rd and 2. It's probably 4-down territory for Mandan, up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I would say you got a lead. You got the field. Chance to take it to 21.
Couple tight ends in the formation. Carlson's going to keep it, and he's going to be close to the yardage as he fakes it to Wiseman. Carlson had Jablonski as a pitchman, instead turned it up. Got very near the sticks on a gain of 2. Paul Vetter on the stop for St. Mary's.
Yeah, again, they don't run him a lot, but you see it on the goal line. You see it on 3rd and short. It makes it tough as a defense when he's not carrying the ball a ton, and then he pulls it, and now you potentially are outnumbered.
Thought we were going to get a measurement there, but we don't. It's going to be 4th and inches for Mandan. And that's going to be the final play here of the third quarter as the clock drips down and expires, and we'll have a quarter break. We'll switch ends. Mandan will have it 4th and inches inside and deep inside the St. Mary's red zone. Take a timeout. Fourth quarter is next here on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Big play here. 4th and inches. Mandan's going to hand it off to the big fella, Wyatt Peel, and I think he's going to have it.
Oh, they had him in the backfield, and he just second effort and rolls through the tackle and falls forward. It's a good sign of a back right there when they fall forward. That's going to be a tough one for St. Mary's.
Yeah, Wyatt Peel picks up 2 on 4th and inches. It looked like Will Marks, the nose guard, had him and had a chance, but instead Mandan is now officially knocking on the door. In the Serve Pro red zone, Mandan leading by 2 touchdowns. And the Braves have a couple tight ends in the formation. 1 receiver right and left. Wiseman behind Carlson out of the gun. 1st and goal from the 6. Near side motion by Frank. He'll crack back. There goes Wiseman. Hit, spins, grabbed on by the ankles, and they won't let him go. Good swarming defense there by the Saints, and they're going to be no gain on the play. First guy there, once again, Jackson Richter.
Yeah, he triggered. He saw a run, filled his gap, and made a play at the line of scrimmage. Good play by Jackson.
20 carries for Lincoln Wiseman as he missed a couple games with a fractured forearm, and he's the workhorse once again for Mandan.
Yeah, he hasn't really looked like he's slowed down at all. He's ran hard tonight.
He comes off, and Mandan, and they'll put Raven Davenport in the backfield. Jablonski wide to the right. Try Frank wide left, and instead we get a Hub International timeout on the field. They're located at 4204 is Hub International in Northwest Bismarck, and they're a leading North American insurance brokerage. Mandan knocking on the door. When we come back, Braves up by 14, looking for more here in the fourth quarter from Starion Field in Mandan.
Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers Warehouse Company knows how to safely move your family to their new residence by paying close attention to every detail. The folks at Jobbers Warehouse Company engage in an ongoing communication throughout the process to help the big picture in sight and make sure that no element is left unnoticed. Visit jobberswarehouse.com and let Jobbers Moving and Storage and Allied Van Lines make your move a smooth one. Head to jobberswarehouse.com today. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers is your choice.
Here we go as second down and goal for the Braves. From the 6-yard line, near side motion again by Frank. Carlson back to pass, looking, Jablonski, little fade route, off his fingertips. Almost a jerk route there. Started in, then went back out for Jablonski, and Carlson couldn't hit him on one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, it was a good route, tough catch. He kind of got turned around, and that's a tough ball. Good throw, just off the fingertips.
Just the 5th incompletion of the night for Max Carlson, an efficient 12 of 17. Let's see if he can connect on one more here, or can the Saints stiffen and keep this a 2-touchdown game here early in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and goal for Mandan from the 6. Same formation. Jablonski wide to the right. Check that, wide to the left. Frank wide to the right. Same motion. Carlson rolls left. Now he's going to option it, and he's going to find the end zone. Max Carlson, nifty run from 6 yards out. And there's an exclamation point for the Mandan Braves.
Again, there you go. You got quarterback run. Short yardage situations down inside the 5. It makes the run fits that much tougher when the quarterback's a running option.
Mandan with another long drive. 10 plays that time. And after a scoreless 3rd quarter, Mandan punches one in here to start the 4th quarter. Alex Wegner on to attempt the extra point. Snap back, kick up, and Wegner slings it through. Mandan by 3 touchdowns, and we got a touchdown timeout. BNC Bank scoreboard is Mandan 21, St. Mary's nothing. Back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Ten plays, 46 yards. Max Carlson takes it the final 6. Wegner 3 for 3 on extra points tonight. Mandan leads 21-0 here early in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they've just kind of controlled the whole game. The offensive line has done a good job. They've ran it efficiently, and can't say enough about Max Carlson's game tonight.
Well, there's that, I'll call it a false start on the kickoff.
A little muddle huddle. Yeah.
Wegner will now run up on it, and he will send it deep.
That's just one more thing that the other team has to prep for every week. That's a special teams coach for the other team loves when people do that.
Fielded by Vetter at the 5 to the 10 to the 15, and he got to the 20, and there's a rugby scrum, and Vetter got pushed all the way out to the 32-yard line. And St. Mary's will take over there. Updated score from Shanley has Century now down 14-7 late in the first half. Shanley leads, and at halftime, Fargo Davies on top of Minot 6-0. Couple good games brewing over on the eastern side of the state there in 2A football. And here, Mandan, number 3 in the last poll, leads 21-0. Handoff, Paul Vetter, and he's sandwiched.
Yeah,
maybe a gain of a couple.
Got some new bodies out there. Looked like 51 was in the tackle. That's Hunter Corbin.
Paul Vetter picks up a couple. It's 8 carries for him now, 42 yards in the contest.
A lot of seniors on this Mandan team. They even got some of the backups too deep in, but you just still see seniors on the roster when you look them up. So that definitely explains some of their success.
Jackson Richter that time on the carry, gets the call, tries the right side, outside the numbers, gets out to the 40-yard line. Jackson Richter with a couple productive runs here in the second half. Stick there made by Mandan's Derek Schmidt. Richter carried it now a couple times as he's got a 12-yard carry and an 8-yard carry here in the second half on his only 2 attempts of the night. Big third down here for the Saints if they want to get something going here, down by 3 touchdowns. Kralik back to pass, surveys, down he goes! Brendan Hoost! Have a night, young man.
Yeah, he gets off the football quick, and again, nobody even gets a glove on him, and there he is.
Kralik goes down. Fifth sack of the night for the Mandan Braves. And now you got Willer back in a punting situation, and the dangerous return man, Carson Jablonski, standing back at his 20. Willer gets it away. Low end-over-end kick. Jablonski picks it up at the 32. Shakes and bakes at the 40. Twists and turns out to the 45. So it's about a 12-yard return after a 40-yard punt for Caden Willer, and Mandan in business again near midfield. Special team stop made by the Mandan, or the St. Mary's defense.
New quarterback in the game, Hudson Sheldon.
Oh, Hudson Sheldon. That's what you were pointing at.
Yeah.
All right.
My hand signals weren't good enough yet. Game 1, I'll work on the hand signals for game 2.
It's our first night together, man. As indeed you do get Hudson Sheldon. Good athlete himself. Saw a lot of him on the basketball court a season ago. 6'2", 155-pound sophomore. Sheldon will run the final quarter here. He's going to hand it off to Lincoln Wiseman, who's still in there, as he picks up a yard.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for young guys to get some quality minutes. You get a chance to run the offense, not just against your own team, and great way to develop depth, a great way to develop the future of a program. So these snaps are very valuable.
This could be a drive here where Mandan kind of puts this thing on the icebox.
Yeah, I don't see the ball going in the air very often here, but
that usually means they're going to throw it deep right here.
Right,
You know what that means? Yeah. Sheldon barking out the singles. And they go play action.
It is.
Sheldon's going to throw it deep. Jablonski's got a step, catches it at the 20, carrying a tackler inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Well, there shows you what I know right there. That is what I know. That was a good ball by the young quarterback. Good play action, held his poise in the pocket, and delivered a strike.
49 more yards for Carson Jablonski. And Sheldon was right on the money on his first attempt of the night. Well, 1 for 1 for 49 yards. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that ain't a bad night. Not a bad night. Good QBR.
Mandan into the Serve Pro red zone. Sheldon barks out the singles. He's going to turn, hand it off, and breaking one tackle and angling for the pylon, but he's out of bounds first, is Mandan's Revan Davenport.
Yeah, there's Gettle in the backfield again. He makes a good play, just could not bring the back down. Good effort.
Davenport takes it down to the 2. His first carry of the night gives him 4 yards. Mandan with half a quarter to play here in the fourth quarter into the Serve Pro red zone.
Very similar running style to Wiseman. It looks like Mandan will have, he's only a sophomore, have 2 more years of watching him run the football.
Twin receivers to the left, H back to the right. Sheldon out of the gun with Davenport standing beside him. Play action. Sheldon slings it out to Frank in space. Stiff arms a man to the ground to the 5. Another stiff arm to the end zone. Touchdown! Try Frank. A 2-yard touchdown reception that he had to run about 20 yards on, but still, Mandan puts 6 more on the board.
Yeah, just physical with the ball in his hand. Tough to bring down. He's a big, strong athlete. Again, the Saints had a chance in the open field and just couldn't bring him down.
2-touchdown night for Tri Frank. 115 yards for him, 2 touchdowns. And he and Carson Jablonski are turning a little Batman and Robin as Alex Wegner slams in the extra point, and Mandan on top of St. Mary's, 28-0. The Braves look like they will avenge a loss to the St. Mary's Saints, who defeated Mandan 20-17 on a last-second field goal a year ago. Mandan in cruise control. We're back after this touchdown timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Hudson Sheldon throws a touchdown pass. 2 yards to Tri Frank. Wegner adds the extra point. Under 7 minutes to play in the game. Mandan on top, 28-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Another 10-play drive for the Mandan Braves. Back-to-back double-digit drives here in the second half. Tiptoeing the sideline there was Paul Vetter. Darts his way out to the 25-yard line on the return, and St. Mary's will take over 1st and 10 there. Well, we mentioned St. Mary's, their opening game, they did not score. They were beat by the same score as tonight, 28-0. They lost to Minot. Since then, St. Mary's upended Bismarck High, defeated Williston before losing last week 38-28 to Fargo North. Mandan won their first 2 games convincingly over Davies and Century before stubbing their toe a little bit against Minot. And then they shut out they shut out Williston last week. So the Braves now, Josh, have gone 7 quarters without giving up a point here. So that defense is getting locked in.
Yeah, they're really good in the box, and they got the athletes we've been talking about all night playing in the secondary. It's an impressive unit, that's for sure.
Kralik slings it over the middle, caught there by Caden Willer. Nice grab up in the air, caught it above his head, hauled it in. Yeah, it's going to be a 13-yard gain on the pitch and catch from Kralik to Caden Willer.
Yeah, it was a good catch. Rusty Mendenhall had his hands on the ball there, too, the defensive back for Mandan. Just good haul in by the receiver.
Caden Willer's second catch of the night. 2 grabs for 21 yards for him. Kralik 7 of 15 throwing the football tonight for 79 yards for the Saints. St. Mary's with a bunch to the left. Now they motion to twins. Kralik this time throws it down the sideline. It's going to be a little too far for his intended receiver there.
Yeah, again, double move and just a little out. Threw it out too far, you know. The long throw is always 100% of the time is incomplete, so tough one there.
Updated scores. Legacy leads Williston 35-7 late in the football game, and at halftime, Shanley over Century 14-0. Davies over Minot 14-0 at halftime. Check that. Davies over Minot 6-0 at halftime. Can't read my own writing. 2nd and 10 for the Saints. Kralik couldn't connect with Jackson Ross on the last play. Oh, now it's loose. Fumble on the play. And I think St. Mary's fell back on it.
Yeah, they brought both inside backers through the A-gap and got a clean run through and hampered the handoff exchange with the quarterback in the back.
Jackson Richter had the carry, he had the fumble, and he had the recovery, so he had the trifecta there as he loses 5 on the play, and now it's 3rd down and long, and that's been kind of the story tonight for St. Mary's. They've been against the chains most of the night. early on they got into some manageable third downs, but there's been a lot of third and longs tonight for St. Mary's.
Yeah, every time they've had a little bit of momentum, something bad happens and they go backwards, and unfortunately just hasn't been their night.
Kralik back to pass, third and long, under pressure again, scrambles left, flips it in the flat, and he's got his intended receiver, Gavin Miller. Miller catches that in space, and he picks up about 8. Be a fourth down, however, upcoming for St. Mary's. And I'm assuming this is a punting situation here, but well, maybe not. Clock stops with 5:27 to play. Reminder after the game, once again, we'll have our planning team financial advisors. Shots Crossroads post-game show. We'll get a word with Victoria's head coach tonight, Todd Sheldon of the Mandan Braves. Some of the Braves players. Stay tuned for that post-game coming up in about 5 minutes, 27 seconds. And before we get there, give another Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. Call Hub today for all your personal and business insurance needs. They're located at 4204 Boulder Ridge Road in Northwest Bismarck.
Good people up there.
Coach, you know a few of those guys,
Yeah,
guys and gals over there? Yeah, thanks to Josh Cattell, Michael Borman for being a season-long Scoreboard sponsor and timeout sponsor here on the PSP Network. We break. Mandan on top, 28-0 here in the fourth quarter.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
Next action for the Mandan Braves next Friday night. They'll be at Bismarck High at the Community Bowl. Next action for St. Mary's, they'll be home against the West Fargo Packers next Friday night. 4th down and 7 for the Saints. Might have been a false start there. Instead, we get a misfire. The receiver turned in, and Kralik threw it out as his intended receiver there was Leighton Vetter. A little miscommunication will result in a turnover on downs for St. Mary's.
Yeah, it looks like they got some new bodies out there, wide receiver, and just a little miscommunication. Timing was a little off, and now Mandan's back with the ball.
Now, once again, as part of our postgame tonight, we'll bring you our player of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips. You can check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. We got a new store in Bismarck up on 43rd Avenue. And also we'll have our move of the game, as always, brought to you tonight by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen. Hudson Sheldon, little pitch play. Jace Johnson pinballs off of one guy on the near sideline. He's pushed to the boundary. Short gain on the play, maybe auto 1 before he's ushered out of the bounds there by the Saints' John Richter. No gain for the backup tailback, Jace Johnson. His first carry of the night. Well, Mandan, they've been impressive. Just that one game where they led 21-6 in that contest against Minots, and the Magi came storming back. Otherwise, could be staring at a Mandan Braves team that would be undefeated.
Yeah, they've been very impressive tonight in every aspect of the game.
Sheldon barking out singles. Johnson again. Can't get away. Somebody submarined in there for
Jacob Gettle again. You know, he's just been in the backfield all night. Had a great game.
He has been a load. That's a TFL right there for Jacob Gettle. Big 220-pound senior defensive end.
And it looks like that'll be all for him tonight. Got the backups in now. And
Mandan is going to spread you out here. Trips to the field, one receiver to the right. Sheldon with some hand singles on 3rd down and 12. Back to pass. Hudson scrambling left. And now he's going to tuck it. Oh, now he's going to do a little Fran Tarkington. Sheldon reverses his field. He's got some blockers. Flag is down. pump faking. Sheldon fires it late over the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver there. Logan Blair.
Looks like he's been watching Kyler Murray a little bit on Sunday afternoons with that one. He might have covered 50 yards of scrambling there.
Well, hey, that shows the different generations we're in right there, Josh. Yeah. I went to Fran Tarkington, and you put it into terms that most of our watchers tonight can probably better comprehend of Kyler Murray.
Just keeping it relevant. John.
Yeah, well done. Blindside block called against the Mandan Braves as Sheldon was scrambling and peeled it back, and it's going to be the third penalty of the night on the Mandan Braves.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Those linemen are just trying to do everything they can for the quarterback when he's scrambling back there, and he just gets caught in a bad situation.
Yeah, and now it's going to be third in an eternity, as that was a spot foul. What is it, 3rd and 35? That's a lot. Sheldon out of the gun. Coach Todd Sheldon, his nephew Hudson Sheldon at the QB set. He's going to go deep down the near sideline, showing off his arm, and he's got a man caught at the 20.
Wow, another great throw by Sheldon. He is impressive throwing the football, I can tell you that much.
Tristan Ulmer hauled that one in. That ends up being a 43-yard completion. 2 completions, check it, 3 completions now for Sheldon, and he's at a even 100 yards.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times tonight. 4th and forever, 3rd and forever, and the Braves have just kept converting.
Mandan into the serve pro red zone one more time. Clock drips down to 4 minutes to play. Braves in cruise control, leading 28-0. Sheldon, handoff, big hole. There goes Jace Johnson, sprinting inside the 10. First down carry for Jace Johnson, and he gets a dozen.
Yeah, Aiden Price with the tackle there in the secondary, but that was those 2 linemen pulling, and they both connected with their blocks, and good run behind them.
New score in from Fargo Davies has Davies now leading Minot 13-0 in the second half. Mandan looking for more. They're up by 4 touchdowns, and the Braves have Hudson Sheldon and Jace Johnson in the backfield. Handoff, Johnson, wide side to the 5, untouched. Pay dirt for the Braves one more time.
Well, Mandan's got some guys that can run the ball. That's the 4th or 5th running back they put back there today, and hasn't missed a beat.
Jace Johnson with a 7-yard TD run late here in the 4th quarter. After a 43-yard completion to Tristan Ulmer. The Mandan second stringers put one on the board, and Wagner, doink! Off the upright. Wagner is now 4 for 5 on extra points, and will take a touchdown timeout. Mandan cruising 34-0 over St. Mary's. Back with more after this break on the PSP Network.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Mandan gets a 7-yard TD, run untouched for Jace Johnson. 34-0 here. Good to have you tuned into the PSP Network. A few folks from Hawktree listening to us and watching us tonight.
Oh, yeah.
The place never shuts down. Squib kick this time by Wegner. Oh, and it goes through the wickets. And Richter has to fall on it. Nope, was not Richter. Was Conrad Colbert. Had to fall on it way back inside his own 10-yard line, and that's been the story for St. Mary's. They've been against the chains, poor field position most of the nights, and had one trip into the red zone, and they were denied by the Mandan Braves. And so the Saints staring at their second time being shut out this season, and the Mandan Braves, Josh, are going to post what looks to be back-to-back shutouts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's they got an impressive unit. They've got good in the box, good up front, big, strong linebackers, guys that can run. It's an impressive group.
Yeah, senior-dominated team as well, so I got a lot of those second stringers out there, and we get a timeout as Mandan's trying to get organized with a lot of those reserves in there. We'll keep this one right here as tell you what our upcoming schedule is like on the PSP network. We mentioned next Tuesday we got volleyball, Minot at Bismarck High. Next Thursday, volleyball again, Williston at Minot. And next Friday night, football action from Minot, as you'll have West Fargo Cheyenne at the Minot Magicians. It's our coverage next week on the PSP network. St. Mary's going to fall to 2-3. Saints, they were the one team that was impacted by the quality results formula. The one team in the state that had to bump up because of all the success they had at the single A level. The Saints weren't asked. They were told that they needed to go out to double A football for the next 2 years.
I know it's probably hard to see it this way, but, I mean, that's just a compliment to Schmeeker and what he's done in that St. Mary's program for, 7 of the last 10 state championship appearances.
Yeah, absolutely. They got it done. They were a staple in that state championship game at the 1A level. And now you're going to get a new back in there for St. Mary's, and he doesn't go anywhere. Nope, guess it was not. Still, I don't think that was Paul Vetter. That's what the PA guy. I didn't get him on my binoculars, but somebody for St. Mary's got no gain. Clock drips down now to 2 minutes to play in the contest. St. Mary's got a new quarterback in there who is Sam Fedorchik. And he's going to turn, and he's going to give it off. And there's a nice run. Sprinting and gashing through the Mandan defense is Cameron Nasland.
Oh, he showed a burst there when he got through the line. That was a pretty explosive young guy there. Cameron just looks like he is a junior.
26-yard gain for Nasland. It's the biggest rushing play of the night. Matter of fact, that's the biggest play of the night for the St. Mary's Saints. Had a couple passes that were 13 and 14 yards. 3 of them for 13 yards, 1 for 14 yards. That's the biggest play of the contest for St. Mary's. Well, check that. There was a 45-yard run for Paul Vetter as they're going to give it off, and Nasland right between the tackles gets about 4 more.
James Marks on carry. Carson Hagee on the stop.
Oh, and now you get another one bites the dust music. What is the Chicago Bulls playing here?
They got the DJs going on tonight in Mandan.
Under a minute to play. Reminder, our post-game show comes up next here on the PSP Network. St. Mary's going to play action. Fedorchik back to pass. Throws it into a crowd near midfield.
Yeah, not much there. Try to get him out of the pocket. Try to get an easy completion, and good defense again by Mandan.
Looking for a fullback in the flat there, who was Elliot Spallinger. First pass of the night for Fedorchik falls incomplete.
This might be the last play of the game.
Down to 9, down to 8. Running clock here from Mandan tonight. And they'll hand it off, and there goes Cameron Nasland, and he'll pick up a couple, and that's going to be the final play of the contest. An impressive victory tonight for the Mandan Braves. 34-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Mandan victorious. And our Shots Crossroad Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show comes up next after this timeout. Player interviews, coach interviews, and more. Post-game begins after this break on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one, okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kickoff. Get out of here, let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
This is a sad story about Batman. Does your all the extras? It's just simple, man. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better. A less expensive than my
Excuse me.
Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetto Orthodontics.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
All right, we're standing by, folks, as we'll get a word with head coach Todd Sheldon here, along with the dynamic duo tonight of Carson Jablonski and Tri Frank. Both those young men come up over 100 yards in the contest this evening, and an impressive victory tonight for Mandan. They win this one 34-0 over the visiting St. Mary's Saints tonight. A raucous crowd at homecoming night as you had the Mandan student section serenading the team as head coach Sheldon will join us after his post-game conversation with his team here in just a moment. As hey, all phases tonight we're working for the Mandan Braves this evening. As not too many miscues this evening to speak of, just an interception tonight. Turned the ball over once, hardly penalized the entire evening. Mandan impressively tonight over the St. Mary's Saints. As reminder, next Friday we'll be on the air back in the Magic City, West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Minot High. Football next Friday night. Next Tuesday we got volleyball, of course, on the PSP Network. Minot will come to town and take on the Mandan Brave, or excuse me, the homestanding Bismarck High Demons. Just holding tough here for a moment, as sometimes the timing doesn't work out exactly right. Want to respect the coaches and the teams, as the team wanted to have their conversation first. And I should have known better. I've been to Mandan a few times, and they spend a couple times and a couple minutes in the huddles, do the Braves. Mandan tonight gets touchdowns from Max Carlson as he throws it to Tri Frank in the first quarter. Lincoln Wiseman with a TD scamper in the second quarter, and then 3 unanswered scores in the fourth quarter. Max Carlson, a 6-yard run, and then Hudson Sheldon hits Tri Frank, and Jace Johnson has a touchdown tonight for the Mandan Braves. All right, I see the team sauntering their way over here. On our Shots Crossroad Planning Team Financial Postgame, I get a word here with Tri Frank. Tell you what, you guys had it going tonight. It didn't matter to see who was back there at quarterback. You guys had success through the air. Talk about the game tonight, especially on homecoming. Big win for the Braves.
Huge win, obviously. I lost from last year. Just big win. Nice to come get a win at homecoming.
And what was working? I mean, it seemed like St. Mary's was content on playing one-on-one a lot of the night on the perimeter. Did you guys look to that's something that you could maybe take advantage of?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think we did for sure. And then we were running the ball well too. I feel like we could really do it all tonight.
And talk about the defensive effort. That's back-to-back shutouts now for the Braves. I guess what was working for you guys on the defensive side of the ball?
Just doing what we're told, staying assignment sharp, and just rallying to the ball like we're told. And as you can see, it works. So
yeah, nice game tonight. 2 touchdowns tonight for Tri Frank.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring in, I don't know who's Batman and Robin here, but these guys had a pretty good, you Batman? Okay, all right, that's good. I guess Carson, boy, when you get in space and your team's done a nice job multiple nights this year getting it to you, what do you look for? I mean, is it coverage? Is it opportunity? I guess once you get the ball in your hands, what are you thinking?
Well, if the defense, if they're playing back, I just look for a short route, and then Max hits me, and then I try to hit a move and look for space, and then if they're playing, they're man up on me, then I just look for a deep shot, and Max will throw it up, and they'll.
And I asked Tri this. Hudson Sheldon came tonight. He got some time, and he throws a nice ball. And so you guys seemingly had pretty much doing what you wanted to do tonight on the offensive side.
Yeah, Hudson's gonna be special. He's got an amazing arm, and he knows what to do. So if you just run past a guy, he'll throw it up.
4-1 in the season now. Obviously, stubbed your toe a couple weeks ago against Minot, but you guys got her back in gear now. What's it set up like for the stretch run now for the Braves?
I think we just need to keep doing the little things and keep moving forward and keep pushing.
Hey, how come you didn't get homecoming king?
I don't want to talk about it.
Great game, Carson Jablonski. We'll bring in head coach Todd Sheldon here. Hey, all phases tonight. I mean, special teams is working, offense is working, and obviously the defense with back-to-back shutouts.
I think our kids are rising to an occasion that Minot game hurts us bad, and we didn't play really well, and I think motivationally there's a lot of seniors on this team that want to win all their games.
And you guys dominated the box tonight. Your bigs up front, I think both on offense and defense, probably told the story of this game.
That's a senior-led group. 4 out of 5 of those kids are seniors, and they talk about scheme and adding plays and wanting to pull and wanting to drive block, and they're all about it. They're scheme kids on the sideline and they're weight room kids in the off season.
And for a coach, obviously the expectations are sky high with this group. The seniors, the leadership, the talent you have back. How do you kind of keep that at a level keel now and keep it going week to week?
I told them we're going to coach the same way we did when we were 1-8 as we're going to coach when we're hopefully 11-1 kind of thing, but 1 week at a time. We're going to coach our backsides off and get after kids, and eventually you put the pieces together the way they need to be.
And you overcame the homecoming distractions, I'll call them, tonight.
four starters standing over there with their sashes on for 25 minutes before the game started. I think we need to talk to Mr. Weist about his pregame planning.
Hey, at least you did it in the pregame instead of at halftime, right?
Yeah, that was bad. We almost came on the field when the Kachinas were out here too, so we need to get our act together as far as our logistics go.
Hey, great game tonight, Coach.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, that's Todd Sheldon, the Mandan Braves victorious tonight. Take a break. We'll come back with more of our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads postgame after this break on the PSP Network.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces. Hoorah! We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster. Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone. Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
Todd Domrey's Josh Cattell back at Mandan's Starion Field tonight. This one has gone final. Mandan victorious, 34-0 over St. Mary's. Mandan improves to 4-1 in the season. Their next action will be at Bismarck High School. Next Friday night, St. Mary's falls to 2-3. Next action for the Saints will be at home against West Fargo. Mandan tonight, 5 tallies. They pitched their second straight shutout. An impressive victory. I think you heard it from Coach Sheldon there. He was pleased. It maybe didn't come through that way, but you could just tell that I could hear some of the post-game interview that they were having with their group and trying to keep this team level because the expectations around the Mandan community are sky high for this group.
That's always the tough part is managing expectations. And the way they play, though, it shows that the kids are doing a good job.
Here's a look at the final game numbers. First off, for team stats, as Mandan racked up yardage tonight to the tune of 416 yards on the contest. They threw for 331, rushed it for 85 on 39 carries. St. Mary's with 177 yards tonight, 90 on the ground, 87 through the air. Individual leaders, Lincoln Wiseman rushes it 21 times for 72 yards and a touchdown. Max Carlson got sacked a bunch of times, so he has 11 carries for minus 12, but he had a 6-yard TD run. Jace Johnson, 4 carries for 17 yards and a TD. Dom Giggy with a carry for 2 yards. Wyatt Peel for a carry for 2 yards. And, boy, I can't even read my own writing. Who the heck was that had that last run for the Mandan Braves? No, it wasn't Jace Johnson. I got him. Davenport, Revan Davenport, thank you. He had a carry for 4 yards tonight. Throwing the football, Max Carlson, 12 of 17, touchdown and an interception, 231 yards for the All-Stater Max Carlson. Hudson Sheldon comes in spot duty, 3 for 3 for 100 yards and a touchdown. That's a pretty good effort right there. As receiving, you heard from both these guys. Carson Jablonski leads the way with 7 catches for 163 yards. And no touchdowns tonight for Carson, didn't find pay dirt, but Tri Frank did twice. 6 catches for 115 yards for him and 2 TDs. Paxton Olhauser with 1 grab for 4. Tristan Ulmer, 1 catch for 43 yards. Mandan punted it 3 times, or penalized 3 times, punted it once, and they were turned over once on the Matt Porter interception at the end of the first half. St. Mary's tonight offensively led by the 8 carries and 42 yards for Paul Vetter, their tailback. Thomas Kralik carries it 8 times for a minus 21, but he was sacked about 6 times tonight by the Mandan Braves. Jackson Richter, 3 carries for 3 yards. And late in the game, coming in there was Cameron Nasland to carry it 4 times for 34 yards. Sam Fedorchuk threw 1 pass incomplete. Thomas Kralik completed 50% of his passes tonight, 9 of 18 for 87 yards. He was picked off once. Favorite receivers, Matt Porter, 3 catches for 20 yards. Jackson Ross, 3 catches for 35 yards. Caden Willer, 2 grabs for 21. And Jackson Richter and Gavin Miller, 1 catch apiece. St. Mary's punted it 5 times, and they turned it over once. The Kralik interception by Wyatt Peel in the first half. There's your numbers. We'll take a short timeout. We'll come back and put a bow on this one. We'll give you our MVP of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips, and our Jobbers move of the game. Mandan 34, St. Mary's nothing. We'll wrap it up after this break on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Give some D lineman love.
We're back on our Shots Crossroads, Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show. Shots Crossroads, you can get filled up on their delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. You're a Garrison guy. Have you been to Shots and had the famous 99?
I have not.
Oh, boy. You know, I don't know if I have either. I've been to Shots Crossroads a few times, but I'm going to get there. It's highly recommended. Also, our Planning Team Financial Advisor postgame show. Looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession? Planning Team Financial Advisors here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com. Minor will be on the air next Friday. West Fargo Cheyenne at Minot. We'll give you one last BNC scoreboard update here in just a moment. But first, let's bring you our Sport Clips MVP of the game. Sport Clips brings you this matchup's MVP, and their MVP haircut experience is nothing like anything you'll ever experience. Tonight's Sport Clips game MVP is
Max Carlson. Had a good night, threw the ball well, was efficient, and even got a touchdown on the ground.
Yeah, Max Carlson, 12 of 17, as we mentioned, and he was kind of the architect tonight. Had 1 touchdown, 1 interception, had that 6-yard TD run in the fourth quarter. Mandan, 3 unanswered TDs in that fourth quarter. They scored at the 10-minute mark, the 6-minute mark, and the 2-minute mark, and Max Carlson had his fingerprints over the game the entire evening. The returning All-Stater is your Sport Clips player of the game. Look your best at Sport Clips. You can check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. We mentioned that BNC scoreboard updates. First, before we effort that, let's go to our Move of the Game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They have the move process. They don't ever lose sight of the big picture. Their efficient step-by-step approach to move management keeps everyone on the same page. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. And our Move of the Game tonight is, how about another play from that fourth quarter, Josh, where I tell you what, it was the middle touchdown in that fourth quarter for the Mandan Braves, and it was a big one as Hudson Sheldon gets it to Try Frank in space. And it was only a 2-yard TD pass and catch, but it was a lot more than that.
Yeah, he again, all night we said it, but he was in space, one-on-one tackle, and he just, physically was stronger and fought through the tackle and finished in the end zone.
Yeah, that's your Move of the Game tonight. The physical 2-yard touchdown reception and score by Try Frank. He had 2 touchdowns on the evening, over 100 yards, and he's your Move of the Game tonight, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. You can find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. All right, last thing we'll do here before we sign off for the night is give you one last scoreboard update. As a couple finals rolling in here, as you had Legacy tonight defeating Williston. Last report was Shanley leading Century 14-7 in the second half, and Davies was shutting out Minot 13-0 in the second half. And it looks like, Williston down 35-7. Yep, I think that was a final in that one. No report officially, but I believe that's all we've got. As that's your BNC scoreboard update. Thanks to them for bringing you our scoreboards and all of our PSP network broadcasts. Hey, Josh, welcome to the team, man. Great job.
That was fun. Thanks for having me.
It's like you're a seasoned professional. I don't think I couldn't tell this was your first time on the PSP network, and I'm guessing that anybody watching and listening tonight couldn't either. So congratulations, great job, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, that'll do it tonight. Big thanks to all of our in-game sponsors, including BNC National Bank for bringing our scoreboard. Our pregame, as always, brought to you by Shields. Timeout sponsors, Hub International Insurance. ServPro brings you our red zones. Our intermission and halftime brought to you by Premier Chiropractic. Our postgame show, Shots Crossroads, and Planning Team Financial Advisors bring you that. Our player of the game brought to you by Sport Clips, and our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Thanks to our executive producer tonight. That's Nick Holberg. Our camera operator, Luke Domrys, did a great job. For my partner tonight, Josh Cattell, I'm Todd Domrys, repeating your final score. Mandan pitches back-to-back shutouts. They're improved to 4-1 in the season, and the Braves win this one in shutout fashion, 34-0 over the St. Mary's Saints. Thanks for joining us, fans, and until next time, so long from the Starion Sports Complex in Mandan.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by